What if Johnny Sack hadn't gotten arrested, in all due respect?
FBI! A lot of things didn't happen. It seemed like they happened.
We first meet Johnny Sack back in Season 1, Episode 6, Pax Soprana.
Something tells me you have a suggestion.
Cash isn't only a friend of you guys. He's a friend of ours.
He's a pragmatist.
I got no intention of sticking my beak in.
He can be a bit of a snake in the grass.
Carmine doesn't know who you are.
We depend on this guy. There are millions of dollars at stake.
How is Carmine? He asks about you.
What's your name again?
Speak.
So, remember that guy, Johnny Sack, the pragmatist? After the Ginny Sack joke, that guy's no longer with us. So if Season 1, 2, and 3 is Pragmatist John, and Season 4 is Johnny Explodes,
I should have let Tony chop your head off a year ago.
Season 5 is High Body Count Johnny. Fortunately for Johnny, Carmine has a stroke in the first episode of Season 5. Enter Season 5 Bloodshed.
This way you're not such a big target for the feds.
What's this, the fucking UN now?
We know that after a violent and long power struggle, Johnny Sack officially becomes the next boss, but the honeymoon doesn't last very long. So Johnny Sack is arrested here, and we never see him a free man again, except for the few hours he's let out to attend his daughter Allegra's wedding.
Say hi to Don Ho!
In terms of this hypothetical, let's go back. So we start out Season 6. Johnny Sack hadn't been arrested. There's no acting boss. One thing to think about is Johnny Sack's cancer diagnosis.
He's a cancer. I can't let it spread. It's funny. Erotic. Whichever. And there's no stage 5.
So in terms of people who are in the running to be boss, we have Little Carmine, Phil Leotardo, Doc Santoro, Jerry Torciano, Rusty Milio, and Butchie, though there's kind of an asterisk there. Butchie wasn't officially in the running for boss like the other guys, but it's likely that he became the boss after the series finale because Phil dies and Butchie's the underboss, so he most likely moved up. So that's just something that I wanted to note on the side.
On reflection, John, maybe that's the sticking post.
God. Nice gravy, huh?
It's a metaphor. He lost his balls, is what I'm saying.
What can you do?
I can't go there.
Well, you do what you gotta do.
This could get ugly.
These people you run into who want to be boss, huh? They should know. You either deliver that prick to my door, or I will rain a shitstorm down on you and your family like you have never fucking seen. When Carmine died...
What?
Rusty could have been boss. He should have been. But he didn't want the responsibility.
It's interesting that Johnny Sack tells Tony at the wedding that Rusty should have been boss. I don't remember Rusty ever being brought up by Johnny Sack as someone to take the lead. Perhaps hindsight is 20/20.
Anyway, your taste.
As for Doc Santoro,
You mind? God.
Phil gave him a taste, but then he wanted another taste. If Johnny hadn't gotten arrested, but had gotten the same or similar cancer diagnosis, along with a similarly aggressive timeline, I think it would still be Phil here. On the other hand, according to a recent study published in the International Peer-Reviewed Open Access Medical Journal, Clinical Medicine Insights Oncology, patients with lung cancer are significantly more likely to have had a major stressful life event within the preceding 5 years. So perhaps if Johnny hadn't gotten arrested, maybe his cancer diagnosis wouldn't have come that soon, or it would have been less aggressive, because we know Johnny would be less stressed at home. Jerry was right about Doc not being boss material, and it wasn't Jerry's time either.
Coffee with the chicory? No, shit. I suck at talking like this, John. I'm sorry.
Besides just the questions of leadership, if Ginny Sack hadn't been arrested at the end of season 5, it's likely that Janice and Bobby wouldn't have ended up moving into the Sack home in season 6 when they did.
Jenny, that kitchen, this room, the light.
Something else to think about is, obviously, as we know, Polly realizes at the end of season 4 that Johnny's been playing him. And then Polly and Johnny never really interact again after that, or nothing substantive. So if Johnny were still around in season 6, I mean, free on the street, would Polly and Johnny have ever had a conversation again or any sort of encounter? Or was that just going to be kind of put to the side? Another hypothetical that I think about overall with Ginny Sack is whether or not he would have suffered the same legal fate if there were the power sharing agreement that Tony had suggested. If there were the power sharing arrangement in place, how would this have impacted the future leadership?
Power vacuum, the capos buy their time, nobody's sure who to pay, so nobody gets paid.
Someone who certainly plays a role in all of this is Jimmy Petriel, the guy in the Lupertazzi crime family who was talking to the feds and who pretty much went largely unnoticed. We even see Jimmy present at the sit-down in long-term parking, so he's obviously in the inner circle, and he gave them a lot of shit.
What I was thinking was 3 bosses, a triumvirate thing, like Caesar. Little Carmine, Johnny, and you.
Finally, when it comes to this hypothetical and the possible ramifications for the end of the show, if Johnny hadn't been arrested, there may have been different leadership and things may have turned out differently to where there wasn't a big disagreement.
My colleague in Brooklyn, the one with the collaborator, snitches implying the wheels have already been set in motion.
So, what do you think? Or what do you think about Ginny Sack as a whole? I'd love to hear. And remember, if you liked this video, give it a like, comment, and subscribe to Sopranos Blueprint.